get mad at me for dating outside my race. But I was dating outside of my race because they was doing things better than my race. I'm gonna
Like,
keep
what
it
do you mean?
100.
Define better.
My
Define
Spanish,
better.
well, not better because I know where she getting ready to go. Not better,
I know you said
but
they were doing things
not
better. I
better,
wanted to
not
know what
better,
better meant.
not better. I'm gonna change
I'm
that.
trying to save you for the
I
for
know
the
you
people,
is.
for
That's
the
what I'm gonna say.
culture.
Not better.
I mean, he can say better because at the end of the day, there's guys that marry outside their race. That's what they're looking for. Better.
For the culture.
There we
That's what you
go.
like.
Right, not better.
I mean,
I was dating Puerto Rican, I was dating Dominican, I was dating African, I was dating all type of other relations besides American black, right?
Why is there
They
always
were
the black
doing way
ones you have
more
issue with?
of what we expect we want our woman to do more than our American. Our American got real comfortable
Give me
with,
some examples.
oh man, I mean, their mannerisms are different. Like even my Indian one was from Syria, one of them countries over there, right? I didn't have to really say much to do and be treated like a king. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times with our own American black, they expect so much of us and what we're supposed to do. Like things like if we go out and eat and we just have a nice dinner, we can go anywhere and eat and get a nice dinner. It had to be Ruth Chris, or it had to be
Right?
this, that, or it had to be this, that. Then I get
I
somebody
mean,
that's just
there
as
are
fine.
women out there that I don't know if you heard about the issue with the Cheesecake Factory. Like just a few months ago, people were making like these females were making a big deal about these men taking women to Cheesecake Factory. There's nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. Like women nowadays, they expect so much. Chris, have you know about that restaurant? That restaurant is expensive.
which one?
Ruth Chris. I'm pretty sure
I've
it's
never
like
been even to the Cheesecake Factory. Never been there.
we were supposed to go. Place is so
Never
good.
been there.
I love cheesecake. But my point is like these women like they really talk shit about these men because they're taking them out to the Cheesecake Factory. It's not, Ruth Chris level, but Cheesecake Factory is nice and their food is so good. And that's why I was like, I thought it was a joke at first, but then I kept hearing about it and seeing things about these females making a big deal that their man is taking them to the Cheesecake
So
Factory.
for somebody that is poor, Cheesecake Factory is like in the middle.
I mean, even poor, it's pricey.
But these female, they don't want medium. They want just high.
They want high.
Oh shit.
And I'm just like, shoot, we can go get some tacos and I'm happy.
Hey, some tacos. I get you some tacos, some Chipotle, 2 candles.
As long as it's food, I don't care. It could be
We
McDonald's.
sit in the floor and
Don't care.
make the vibe.
But there's females out there that they expect to be wined and dined at all times. And it's crazy.
I think with a guy that gets a lot of girls, and they just like what do you call them? Those playboys guys always get girls. I think they don't put up with girls like this. Ugly ass dudes, lonely ass
Careful.
dudes, they be putting up with girls like this.
You're rocking it. You think ugly dudes be putting?
I
No.
think the ugly
I think
guys be
both.
putting up with girls like guys that do not get girls.
I kind of feel like
Guys
both.
that do not get girls be putting up with girls like this. Guys that get girls and they know okay, bye, and they get another one better and they can,
I think it depends.
they're on the street so they can, get different girls.
I think it depends because there are got pretty boy, player boy, whatever you want to call. They like those type of females. They like females that have those higher standards and want that wine and dine and royalty all the time because they can afford to provide that. But if they were the type of pretty boy that, they look the part but the pockets don't match, then yeah, maybe that's not something that they would, tolerate.
I think that ugly guys that got it,
I mean, that's my opinion.
they be putting up with girls like this. Telling you, pretty boys that got it,
Yeah,
they're
because
looking.
they got to
They
keep them for
yeah, but they date so much that they kind of be looking for the real ones. So they be
Mm.
putting those
It
type of girls
depends
like
the
that.
age.
And
Because if they're in their 20s, they're, they're dating to have fun. They're not dating to
if
find
you're
a
in the
real wife.
20s, on 30s, if you're a fuckboy, you're a fuckboy. Period.
That's
Don't
not
matter. Do not
true.
matter
You
the
you
age.
could be a fuckboy and you can get out of that era because sooner or later
When you
you're
get out,
gonna
you
have
get
to.
out. But there's no age for
I
you
understand, but what
to
I'm
get out.
saying is there's in your 20s, you're talking about these guys are out here wanting to look for the one. In your 20s, no, they're not. They're out here to
Low
see.
key, every guy is trying to look for
That's
the
not
one.
true. Not every guy, because
Tell
when
me.
you're in your 20s, y'all are in your Playboy era, and especially the ones that grew up with the silver spoon in their mouth and they have money, they're not looking to settle down. They're sitting here. They want to sit here and just have fun. Maybe when they get closer to their 30s, yeah, but they're out to have fun. If they have the money, they're gonna spend it. They don't care.
For a fuckboy, there's always the one.
I'm not just talking about fuckboys. I'm talking about guys in general.
There's different kind of guys.
That's what I'm
There's
saying.
lonely guys that's gonna accept those girls that take me to a higher place. You gotta take me to a higher place. But then there's fuck boys that just fuck different females that do not fuck with girls like that. And if they do, to hit it and go.
I mean, there's a mixture of guys of what you're saying, and then there's guys of what I'm saying. There's just so many levels.
But that's what I'm saying. Lonely guys that put up girls like this and they got it. They don't want to be putting up girls like this.
Okay.
If you're a fuckboy fucking with different females, you don't put up with females bullshit.
Okay.
They just keep it moving and they move on to the next
But I
one.
mean, have you
'Cause that's how they
have you
are.
interviewed any of these guys? Do you know?
No, I'm
Do you
just
know from experience, or I mean, is that just your opinion?
that's my opinion.
Okay.
A Cuban or Colombian, they don't care about none. They care about you and your household. Even though they still care about the money, but it's not about the money. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's a difference. Not better, but sometimes we get tired of hearing Birkin bags, sushi.
Do you think that's fair? Because I feel like there's a certain type of woman
Right.
that does demand that. And to
Right.
me, I think it depends on the bait you're using and where you're looking. If you're gonna go get a model from Instagram that got the BBL, the snatched in stomach, and has all the things that check off money hungry and surface, you're gonna get that.
That's
If you're
true.
gonna meet a girl and through different ways and ask different questions, you're gonna find that out a lot earlier on that
And
what's important to her.
I'm not doubting that, but I'm just talking about even if you look on just a regular dating app and just look at what a woman may state that she requires. I'm saying these things because it feels as if social media again is the barometer, okay, and it's the comparison, and when you're comparing yourself to all these other women, and of course, even with the BBLs, because I'm like, that's fine, but I mean,
What's BBL? I'm sorry.
Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, okay.
And there's
Right.
no shade to women that have
No.
them. I'm just
I was
saying.
wondering. I was waiting for it too. I'm like,
It's no-
excuse me.
And
Right.
there's no
Help me,
shade
help me.
to everyone that has them.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying, if you're going by just surface things and that's who you're going afterwards, then guess what? She gonna run them pockets.
No, and I'm not, and I want to get your thoughts, Doc, and as well, Amy, as a woman dating or even considering, I think that a lot of times, we do value women, but when you talk about Black relationships, I think we all come with some baggage. All right. Now, some of us
Everybody
have
comes with
some
baggage.
baggage that's not going to fit in the overhead compartment, and some of us have some baggage that you're going to have to pay a whole lot more for to
You're
get
gonna
on
need a
this
moving
flight.
truck.
Yeah.
Right?
Come on.
But the reality of it is that's just who we are. And I'm talking about historic. Like if you're talking about being enslaved, where we were and how we engage each other, there's a lot of elements there. But
A lot.
it can be a little difficult because women have expectations in 2021 that they're watching, and they're very material expectations. I agree with you, Claudia, but I'm simply saying that,
Not all of them are material.
and I'm not trying to generalize
It's just
women.
most of the time it's pointing.
But in general, American girls, they are material.
I mean, foreign girls are too. Some.
There's more in the US than foreign.
I mean,
Foreign, they just want a life. Here, they have a life, but now they want material. That's the difference. Over there, they just want a life. Just living good and have a life.
Mhm.
Here, they're living good, but now they want material.
to American women are more material.
And it's
Okay,
America
what I'm
as a
saying.
society.
Not better, not better.
Let's bring
Not
spirit.
better.
Let's bring
I
spirit
heard you,
into
and
this.
I gave you the space to even edit the better part, right? So, and I'm with you on that. But let's say this because you guys both tie in two really important pieces, right? You talk about women who are not African American women, and you talk about the experience and what is the influence here. You mentioned social media, but what you're really missing here is the piece that you talk about, the enslavement part, the culture and the trauma that African American men and women and children have faced in this country is like unlike any other group. And so when we talk about trauma, what we know is that Black people have a lot of unprocessed trauma. We have a lot of hurt. We have a lot of harm, not just back then, but right now on the daily, right?
Back then do
And so
not
one of the
count.
things that we talk about as professionals
Back then is back then.
within my profession is we talk
didn't
about
went
how
through that.
trauma impacts people.
Your
And so we
ancestors
love
went
to
through
say,
it.
Resma
Yeah,
Minikin,
now-
one of
Our
my
ancestors.
favorite
Exactly, now
colleagues, he says that
nowadays-
trauma decontextualized within a person looks
gotta
like
stop saying that.
personality.
It doesn't matter. Everyone has some sort of trauma. So if you use that excuse, nobody would be getting anywhere.
Yeah, but they're using the. Oh, back then we had some drama, but nowadays, no. That was back then. People nowadays, living nowadays,
They're
they didn't have that drama back then.
they're choosing to make the excuse that there's trauma. They're choosing to live life as if they're having that trauma.
So that trauma that happened back then that did not happen to them.
It's not relevant.
Exactly. And they keep just bringing the same shit up.
So
Back then, no. Back then was back then.
so
You're living now.
I don't really know what they're about to say after this, but I'm assuming, and I might be wrong, but I'm assuming she's saying this because how how Black women like have the attitudes and this and that. Like it sounds like she's making an excuse for their
Mhm,
behavior,
yeah.
which is terrible.
Sounds about right.
And that trauma decontextualized within a family looks like family traits. And that trauma decontextualized within a people looks like culture, right? And so when you talk about how African American women present and what they need as it relates to security and finances and the finer things in life, and to look a certain way and to want a certain thing from their man and to have certain expectations, it's because of the trauma that we are still trying to survive. And when we talk about feeling beautiful and the BBLs and the Birkin bags and the wanting the nice things and wanting their men to come with a certain level of care and a certain level of treatment and expectation, we are
She's talking about trauma that those women are trying to survive. A trauma that happened like 100 years ago. They're still trying to survive it. So they are waking up choosing that drama.
Mm-hmm.
They're not choosing, oh, no, that drama that passes the past. I'm going to choose a different way.
It's like a domino effect. They sit here and ancestors went through something, so then the next person sits here and thinks they have to sit here and be this type of fierce, tough female and this and that because their grandmother went through it. And then it's just like proceeding on. Like, just because they went through something, you can't. It's basically like playing telephone. Like, you can't sit here and live your life based on something that happened 100 years ago.
But what
Because
crazy
if you,
is,
hang on one sec. Because if you sit here and you wake up and you make that excuse every single day, what's gonna change? Like, why can't y'all wake up, chill the fuck out, and quit, being bitchy and expecting so much?
look for, talk to a psychologist, like wake up and
Therapist.
choose a different option
Mm-hmm.
than the option you are supposedly
Exactly.
given,
Be different.
which is the drama that happened 100 years ago.
Be
Wake
different
up,
and make a change.
wake up, choose another option, which
Mhm.
you have the option to choose another option. So choose the option that is right for you.
And then you know what? We'd have a fresh domino effect. People would sit here and be, thinking more positive versus, making the excuse for what people 100 years ago were living.
And People living 100 years ago, they were choosing the option to be better.
But you know what
But
is
now they're kind of
crazy?
choosing the option to just stay on, to stay victim.
But you know what is crazy? There's countries out there that they have way less than us American people do. But yet they don't, like he was saying, like he dates like people from out of the country because they're not like
They
these
have no
American
options.
they're not like these black women, Americans or whatever he was saying. But you know, if these females outside of the country in different countries had the same excuse as these black women did, oh, I'm gonna sit here and, you know, expect this and this and be this type of person because we don't have much, or more of like a poorer country versus America, then it's like it's like the same thing, but they're not. They're choosing to, you know, take what they have and go with it.
You go with it. Yeah. But now these American girls, they have everything. They have the option. But they're choosing the option that is not convenient for society, basically.
Yeah.
Trying to connect. We are trying to heal with you. We are trying to build with you. But there's so much hurt and trauma that we all have that we don't talk about, that we don't even understand within ourselves, so that we can't find who we're compatible with. Because who we're compatible with is traumatized versions of ourselves.
Spirit, do you think that women and men, women that seek the materialistic
So
thing,
they got a problem. They know they got a problem, but they're trying to look for the right one. No, if you got problem and you know you got problem, look for help. Then look for the right one.
Mm-hmm.
things, items, the tangible things, and men that just seek the women for the aesthetics. Do you think those are people that kind of just gave up on love and they're just like going for, all right, well, at least I can see this, I can grab onto this?
No, I think it's science. If you really want to know, we are part of the animal kingdom like anything else. And so what the male species chooses is the thing that's biologically beautiful, because what it suggests from a DNA perspective is you're likely to bear my offspring and they will do well. It's survival of the fittest. And what the female species chooses is the male offspring that can provide the most security, because you're going to be able to protect me and our offspring and raise us, and we will do well.
So we're not gold diggers, it's just science.
It's literally biology. It is literally biology.
We
When
have
you
our
see,
own
listen,
different.
listen, when you see the brothers out there with the rims and the flash and the money and the gold, they're no different than the male peacock that's showing his whole big pretty feathers. Look at me, look at me. And when you see the women that go, show me what you got, show me what you're working with, it's no different than the frog that ribbits the loudest, or the bird that chirps the loudest.
So what do you call a man that's just been providing that doesn't ask for nothing? What do you call the guys like me who we don't ask for anything?
Oh, but you do.
How?
You may not ask it with your words, but your expectation is there. So when you say, I need that woman that loves me, I need that woman that has my back, so I don't have to say, hey, is that bacon and eggs there? Hey,
Okay,
are
mental,
those clothes in the
mental,
drawer?
not cash-wise. Okay.
So when we talk about compatibility, right, one of the things that I love to say, an acronym that I use is RISES, that some relationships rise, some fall. You want one that rises. RISES stands for the different types of intimacy that make us compatible.
But if you really want to stretch the
That's
money,
it?
I would rather it's
Yeah.
Hey.
What you think about
I mean,
that
I
one?
wish it was longer with the whole thing, but I mean, what she was going with makes sense.
Yeah, what she was saying makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because like
But you know what's crazy? There's still female cheating and wanting more than that guy that got it. That he got it. But he just wants a female.
Yeah, but it's
But
the
there's
same for
female
a
trying to be
male.
boss bitches.
These guys out here, I mean, if you're going to talk about the cheating, there's guys out here that has a good woman. Like you sit here and you want someone that doesn't cheat, doesn't go out and party, you know, is faithful, has a good job, all these good qualities, and these men still are out there cheating. So it's just like it's both.
But nowadays, there's more females getting a divorce than males.
Yeah. Why is that?
It's a female problem. It's not a
It's
guy.
not.
There's a higher percentage of females that want a divorce compared to males.
But what's the reason?
They're not happy.
Okay, why aren't they
Cheating
happy?
is like the third thing.
Why aren't they
The
happy?
first thing or second, they're not happy. Why they're not happy? I don't know. Because they
You
want
want to know what
they
I think?
want another guy. They don't want a boring guy.
But
They
I
just want a
but
more fun
I
guy.
honestly think that social media has a big, it's a big problem in
And
the society.
influencing females.
It's influencing men too. I'm saying
There's a higher percentage of
it doesn't matter. I'm not talking
females.
about that. I'm talking about overall. Social media is like a disease.
Yeah.
It affects both men and women. So, maybe the man in the relationship, like, you never know. It could be sitting here doing whatever they're doing on the internet, and the female gets tired of it or feels some type of way, or I don't know, and then the relationship goes south. I don't know. It is what it is.
There's a higher percentage of females
I heard you.
going putting the divorce paper than males.
I
Cheating
understand that.
is the third thing.
I heard you.
The first thing is they are bored of the male.
Okay. Then the male needs to step it up.
Step up. What?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're. I don't know. I didn't hear this.
He
You heard
work.
it.
He comes home.
Okay.
He's not on the street.
Okay.
But female, they don't want that. They want a fuck boy, basically. That's what they want. They want a fuck boy.
You get a fuck
They
boy.
want to be on some drama shit. They want to go through some drama shit.
I don't know. You heard it. I didn't, so I can't really.
Oh,
I can't
look
really.
it up. 80-something% of females.
Because females are just, they've had it. They just.
But then when they get a fuck boy, now they're crying.
Yeah.
When they're going through some shit, some drama shit, the fuckboy is making her cry. The fuckboy is cheating on their asses. It's like now they're happy. But when you have a dude that is providing for you, oh, he's just bored.
Yeah. And they sit here and regret it. It's like what's her face? Nelly's ex.
Something Jackson.
Yeah. Chanel. I think it's Chanel. No, is it Chanel? I don't know. Miss Jackson. She broke up with Nelly thinking that space would bring him back and the relationship would be stronger. But, that's why you take that risk. If it's meant to be, that person will come back, but you broke up with him. I don't know why. I don't know if you were bored. I don't know what the case is, but you put yourself in that position, and he chose to go back with Ashanti and get married and have a child, like have a family with her.
So she broke up with him?
Yeah, I read that the other day. She left Nelly, broke up with Nelly, thinking that space would bring him back and their relationship would be stronger. Like,
That
why?
make no sense.
Yeah, that's why that's why I don't believe in like the breaks. Like, if you want to break up, like, you have to understand, like, there's a high percentage that they may not come back. And I'm like, nah, she's salty. You should have. I mean, if y'all were having your issues, you should have gone to couples therapy.
Yeah.
You should have did everything else besides, let me break up with you.
Let me take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break. And then, deep down, you're thinking he's gonna come back. Like, no, you gave him that space to sit here and think about what he wanted, and clearly it wasn't you. So why are you salty?
So they've been having problems. Maybe she was kind of feeling some type of way, giving him trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of time when a guy just settled down and he's not for the street, he's not for the street. He's gonna be a boring guy.
Well,
Because all he wanna do is work, come home, and just relax.
yeah. So you
But
want a
y'all
boring
just
guy?
want so much, and
Who?
females want
Mhm.
so much that they just find a guy just, oh, you're boring.
But what about the guys that, you know, they
There's a
expect
higher
more?
percentage of females.
I heard you for the millionth time, but I'm asking. I heard you about the females, but I'm asking about the men.
What?
Like they don't get bored.
Yeah, and they suck
Yeah.
it. They suck it up.
And what
But they're not
happens?
about the life. No, they
And what
just.
happens? They go out and cheat, right?
We're talking about divorce rate.
I know, but I'm switching.
Divorce rate is higher on women than guys. Cheating is not the first, second. I don't think it's even the third. It's like the fourth, fifth thing. Cheating, believe it or not.
Mm.
I think money is in there. Uh, females getting bored is in there.
I mean, relationships nowadays they just don't last. Like
No.
back then, like my grandparents were married for what, 62 years, I believe.
It's a long time.
Like it's unheard of nowadays.